Hi y'all, I never can tell whenever this starts to load, so I never know when to start talking. Okay, I told you to wait for today's upload. As far as the person that responded saying, oh, it was just getting good and you cut off, don't ask me why. I'm not sure if by some chance that maybe there might be some type of thing with my webcam in particular. That's what I'm recording off of, is this Hewlett-Packard webcam, whatever. It must only have a 10-minute recording time. I apologize for that, so I'll try to get what I'm trying to say out a little bit faster, so bear with me. As far as the situation has gone, things have gotten worse, if you can even imagine that. They have gotten worse than worse. I haven't talked to him since last night. There has been a fucking outpouring of all these bitches have come out of the woodwork. Suddenly they all have a problem with me, and I can't figure this out because I'm not bothering these people. However, when I'm called a bitch, I'm going to call you a bitch. No, matter of fact, I'm going to call your mama a bitch, probably. Yeah, with the mama jokes, kiss my fucking ass, okay? You come at me with some shit, I'm going to bring it right back to you. That's just the way it goes. That's the way I am. So, me and the lady that Jared stays with, we had our ouch yesterday. And then she wants to tell me today, don't come to my yard, don't you pull up in my... And I'm thinking, bitch, please. You know what? As if there was any room for me to pull up in your fucking driveway to begin with for all the fucking junk cars. It looks like a damn salvage yard over here. So why don't you have these bitches hauled off, go get you some money and do something with that fucking mug you got, looking at me crazy. So... anyhow, we fucking had it out. Well, this morning I drove out there because I'm a stupid fool and I washed the dumbass's laundry. I should have fucking left it outside for the crackheads to get, is what I should have done. But I didn't do that. I said, you know, let me get this man his clothes back. I went by a few places, and of course, as if anything had changed at all, he was not there. So then I called Charlotte's phone, and I was polite. She did not answer, and I said, you know, I understand we had these words, woo, woo, woo. I need to get in touch with Jared. I have his clothes. I won't go to your house. Don't get it confused with being scared, bitch. No, I'm not trying to do any time. I will. I don't want to, but I can do it. Everything's not what it seems, and looks can be so deceiving. So, she starts fucking ranting and raving, you know, after I left this voicemail being calm, trying to be nice. You know, that's what you get when you're nice to people. Because when you're nice to them, they just fucking brush you off and they never mind you. In order to get some type of response or a result out of the type of people I'm dealing with, I have to cuss at them and scream at them like they're moronic fucking, I don't know, mongoloids. Because they do not understand a basic conversation. And rather than break it down and paint a picture, wasting all of my time, I would rather just leave it as it is. And, you know, bitch, if you can't understand what the fuck I'm saying, then why are you still sitting here even trying? You know, there were lots of comments were made, you know, in the midst of this argument. You ghetto bitch, you fucking hood this. And I'm thinking, okay, I grew up in the country. That's where I was born. I was born in the sticks. I moved to an all-white town. I fucking hated it. Not because it was all white, because it's racist. There's a difference, okay? I moved out here. There are people of different colors. I love it. I love it out here. You know what? We do have drive-bys, but there are fatalities in every part of town. And you know what? This is North America. This is Texas. This is the third coast, baby. We dirty out here. This is what we do, and that's how we do it. For the people that are dumb enough to rob and steal and get caught, hey, I'm sorry for you. You know, get out there, make an honest living, or earn your way, earn your way. The things that you get and the things you acquire are going to mean so much more to you in the long run versus you stealing them from you, because bet, every time you take something from somebody, that very thing will be taken from you or broken. And that's God's way of saying that you weren't meant to have it in the first place. So maybe that applies to the situation that I'm going through currently with this man. I really don't know what the fuck to do. These bitches have just got me confused with, I don't know. I mean, they act like I'm Michael Jackson's killer. I'm so dead serious. They act like, you know, I administered the last fucking dose of lethal medication. I mean, seriously, it's that fucking bad. And the thing with trash is, when you fight trash, when you fight one of them, you have to fight them all. If you piss one piece of shit off, every other piece of shit that, you know, doesn't do anything and isn't about anything is just suddenly going to spark up out of nowhere like a fucking black cat from 2002 that didn't like the first time you set it on fucking fire. And all of a sudden they're going to know so much more than you did. And the situation, no, it doesn't happen like that. To make a long story short, I went out there today. I had absolutely no luck in finding him. Of course, I wasn't allowed to go to the house, so I said, you know what, I'm going to be a lady about it today. This bitch wants me to get gangster and ghetto and, you know, the other words that have been used to describe me. But let me say something really quick. You adapt to the places that you're around, and you adapt to those surroundings. And now I'm not saying that just because I live in this neighborhood that I have to talk like this. That has nothing to do with it. I'm a writer. I'm a student. Okay, I enjoy music. I enjoy music of every genre. I'm very, very non-selective when it comes to music and culture and things of this nature. So, you know, when someone says that I'm ghetto or I'm hood, I don't really think, I tend to take it the wrong way. Only because in the sense that, to me, you're calling me ghetto, in other words, to say that I'm trashy. You're not calling me ghetto because I speak urban or because of the baby fat jeans or the J's sitting over there or any of the other stuff. No, you're calling me ghetto because you're from an all-white town and you think that by saying that it's going to make you look better. There were also a few things that somebody had said yesterday about, oh, you're an in-lover, you're an in-lover. Well, let me clarify something. I have 2 children. They're both white. Have I had interracial relationships? Yes, but let me tell you something. I've had black men dog me out worse than anybody on the planet. I've had white men dog me out worse than that. The one I'm dealing with now, you know what, I can say this. If nothing else, at least a black man knows how to take care of home and play his part at the same time. The white men that I've had experience with can't do either one of those. And I'm not getting on here and trying to make this a race issue at all by any means. I do not want to offend anybody because I'm a very, very emotional person and I'm an advocate when it comes to that. There is not a prejudice bone in my body against anybody of any color. But I said all that to say this, you know, it's brought out in the arguments that, oh, I'm ghetto and I'm this, and really I feel like that's what a hater would say. Really? That's something a hater would say, because it has nothing to do about being ghetto. It has nothing to do with being thugged out. Thugged out and ghetto have nothing to do with each other, you know. I don't know how to rectify this situation and it not get violent. I don't know how to deal with this in a positive manner to where I don't lose my cool, because I'm seriously 0.5 seconds away from snapping necks, breaking jaws, and leaving people dismembered on the side of the road. And, you know, people are coming in between this relationship when it already has enough problems. And let me just say that when you see that somebody is already having issues and things are already in a difficult place, why would you want to come up and add to them? Especially if it's somebody that you care about. Even if it's somebody that you don't know or that you don't care about. You should never do that to anybody, because when karma bites you in the ass, it's going to hurt you a whole lot worse than it will ever hurt them. Make a long story short, once again, it is 1:30 in the afternoon. I haven't heard from Jared since last night when he said he'd call me back, and of course didn't. But today I got out and did a little bit of running and took care of a little business and ran a few errands. To be honest with you, I still don't feel any better. I feel confused. I still don't feel at peace, because, you know, if it would have been Jared saying, don't come by this house, don't do this, I would have taken it a whole lot more literally, if that makes any sense. But by it coming from another woman, that I wasn't allowed there, not because Jared didn't want me there, but solely because she didn't want me there, kind of makes it that much more difficult. But like I said, this is coming from a woman with 3 teeth in her head that lives in a trailer. And I'm not dogging anyone that lives in a trailer. I'm not saying that. People, all I'm saying is, if you have very little, then don't hate on the person that has